guys, it's Nigeria. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing like a 1 hour, 2 hour makeup transformation. I ain't going nowhere and I ain't doing nothing, but like we're still kind of in quarantine and I just want to like do my makeup. So yeah, I mean, and if you are going somewhere, say this is like later on down the road and we're not in quarantine anymore, and if you are going somewhere, you can still like look at this video for like inspiration, or like just like whatever people use transformation videos for. So yeah, if you want to see my transformation, just keep on watching. So I already did my eyebrows off camera, no need to explain. If you've seen my other videos, you know why. So I'm just gonna prime my eyes with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer in the shade C10. I love using this concealer to prime my eyes. It's just so good for that. Like I just love it, and it's super like inexpensive, so that's a plus. If y'all know me, y'all know I love an inexpensive product. Like yeah. I'm gonna blend that out with this Morphe beauty sponge. It's the one with the sharp flat side. I don't know what this one is called. I need to look it up because I always use it and I never know what information to give you guys. And for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Morphe 25A palette, which is just like a brown eyeshadow palette. Just this brown neutral eyeshadow palette. Yeah, this is not an all Morphe video because I'm going to be using Morphe brushes as well, but this isn't full face Morphe. So yeah, I'm just going to take the Morphe M441 brush and I'm going to go in to this light caramel brown color in the palette. I'm just gonna put that in my crease. I'm not stamping it down, I'm just going straight in with a blending brush. In circular and windshield wiper motions. I feel like this concealer is just so smooth and like I don't know, it just helps blend out eyeshadows even more because it's such a smooth, even base, which is why I love it. And with the Morphe M504 brush, I'm going into that pinky neutral shade next to it and just blending this out a little bit more. Today I'm just going to be doing like it's gonna be Glam, but I'm gonna be doing like a neutral color eye. Like I'm just going to be using browns and stuff because I feel like it's been a grip since I did like a brown eye look. So yeah. Okay. And now I'm going to take that brown right under. It looks like the same exact shade, just a little bit darker. I'm gonna take that one, the same brush, and put that under the crease. Still in the crease, but a little bit under where that other color was. This actually might even be shorter than an hour, so half hour makeup transformation. I'm just gonna keep blending that out. There's times where I'm like blending forever. So blending is just like, you just want to keep blending until it's how you want it to look. It could take forever, like, or it could not. It's just like, all depends on the look and like the skill and stuff. Not saying I'm skillful because I am definitely not, but sometimes I'm better at blending than others. Honestly, sometimes it's like a day-to-day thing for me. Like one day I can blend good and the other day it's like, ooh, what happened, and the blend will be looking cute. Like it's just like, you never know. Now I'm gonna go into a darker brown, put that in the crease. I have like a little very intense line right here, so it always looks unblended right there, so I just need y'all to ignore that from here on out because like, I mean, sometimes it is unblended, don't get me wrong, but it just makes it look super unblended because of that very like sharp, harsh line I have there. So we're just gonna ignore that. Okay. And I guess a blending tip that I have for you guys. Oh, I'm full of tips. Last video I think I had a tip too, I forget what it was, but I like to go back and forth. Obviously, like, if you guys know this and I sound like stupid, then ignore it, but I like to go back and forth with the same colors that I'm using, just like blending. So like the pink shade that I used to blend out the edges, I'm gonna keep going back in with that after I put down another shade, just to like make sure everything is blended out. That's kind of like how I go about it. Yeah, just a little tip, just keep going back and forth with the colors, especially if you feel like you're losing a color. You just gonna want to keep going back and forth with the colors that you already used. Okay, now I'm gonna take an even darker brown and put that in my crease as well. I also kind of feel like if you don't hear this in your makeup room every time you pick up shadow, I kind of feel like you're doing it wrong. Not doing it wrong, but like it's just so much easier to pack on shadows instead of just going in with like a very intense. See, y'all see how that looks like kind of unblended right there? Like, I don't know, that harsh line that I have, it's just literally my nose shape, I guess, be looking crazy. I mean, you can also go like this, I guess. I just feel like the intensity of that like hit makes the shadow come off more. Then you're also gonna want to bring the shadow a little bit on the lid. They're just kind of like gonna, because I'm gonna do a half cut crease, so that's kind of just gonna help like blend it a little bit. I mean, you're gonna have to blend it more after you cut the crease, but that just kind of helps a little bit. This is so, it's looking so like mocha. It's giving me mocha fall vibe. It's not fall yet, but it's, I'm feeling very like fall inspired. Like I was gonna do a fall look. I mean, this is fall. Like it's giving me very like mocha, brown sugar like vibes, but it's not even fall yet. So yeah, I'm so excited for Halloween. I'm starting to like plan Halloween looks and stuff, and just like trying to see kind of what I want to do. I had an idea of something really cool that I was going to do, but because of like everything that's going on, I'm not going to be able to do this certain thing that I wanted to do, which was going to be really cool in my opinion. But I mean, I might still be able to, because I don't really need to be around people besides like obviously people who I live with. So I might still be able to do it, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm pretty excited. If that doesn't happen, I'm still gonna do like Halloween looks and stuff, because Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays. I just love like costumes and stuff. I just always have. I also really love like horror movies and like stuff like that. So I think that's why I really gravitate towards Halloween. So yeah, even if we don't do stuff, like we're not going places, going to parties and stuff, we can still dress up and stuff. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm just trying to blend this out some more to my liking. I also like a very like intense eye so you can see it, so that's why it takes me a while to do my eyeshadow, because I like to build it up to look dark and also not just like look like I threw eyeshadow on. I mean, it still might look like that to some people, but I try my best to do with what skill set I have, I guess. And now I'm gonna take a dark brown and then dip lightly into that black and just put it very low into the crease, just to like, I do this so when I cut my crease it looks like a very intense sharp line, and also it kind of just helps the cut crease look more intense and sharp to me, and it also makes the gradient look better in my opinion. But obviously darker colors in my opinion are harder to work with, so you just want to like gradually. It looks very intense right here on camera, which is weird because in person it doesn't really look like that. So I'm just gonna keep trying to blend that out so you guys can see the blend on camera, because like from right there it kind of looks very unblended and stuff. And makeup is a like subjective. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like everybody's blend and stuff is different than other people's, and people like to look different stuff. So if you don't like the way, if you happen to not like the way I do makeup, that's fine. That's completely fine. If you do makeup different, am I southern? Do makeup different than me, that's completely fine. Like makeup is how you want to do it. Makeup is different for everybody. Just remember that. If you feel like because sometimes I get discouraged, so I'm like, well, my makeup looks different than so-and-so's. Like everyone does makeup differently and everyone has their own style of makeup. So if you ever get discouraged or see someone's makeup who you feel like you're kind of comparing your makeup styles to theirs, just remember that. And always just like, if you do want to get your makeup style like theirs, it's very easy to keep practicing and stuff. Like my makeup is not the best right now, like in general when I do it, but I used to be horrible. So practice definitely makes perfect with this. And you can learn different techniques and stuff. So that's the good thing about makeup. You can always like learn new things. And also, even if you don't want to and you like your style and other people don't, that's fine, because it's on your face and not anyone else's face. So yeah, girl, it's a little rant for today's video. I feel like I've been ranting in videos recently. I'm also going to take some of that dark brown and black and put that on the outer part of the eye. This is giving me very dark, vampy fall vibes, and I'm in love with it. I'm just going to keep trying to blend that dark shade out just so it's blended more. That's pretty much to my liking for right now. So now I'm going to take that same concealer that I used to prime my eyes, the Makeup Revolution one, or Revolution, whatever. Not whatever, I love this brand, not saying it like in that way, but I'm just gonna take a flat brush. Like I said in my last video, I think it was my last video or maybe the one previously, get a cheap pack of flat brushes on like Amazon or something. I'm telling you, they're a life changer. Sometimes I be liking them better than like other brushes because they're just very dense and flat. So yeah, so now I'm gonna cut my crease. And usually I would take off the first layer of concealer that I did, like I would take this off, or I would just like cut it with like a makeup remover just so it's very intense. But I kind of like how it's giving like a brown, like very tan caramel color because it's mixing with the eyeshadow under it. So I really like that. So I'm not gonna like make it lighter or anything, but I am gonna set it with this light shade in the palette. It's been so long since I did a cut crease. This is giving me so much life. And I cut it like a little bit higher than my eye, obviously, because if you open your eyes, you want to still be able to see the cut crease. So if I would have did it like down here, I mean, when I open my eyes, you can still see it, but I want to be able to like see it, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's kind of why I cut it higher. There's another tip. Wow, I'm just a makeup tip person. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this eye before I move on to the other eye. I'm gonna take this small fluffy brush that I have. I'm gonna go into that the second lightest color in the palette. I'm just gonna start blending out the edges, and you kind of want to do it slanted, like this kind of. So like, yeah, on a slant, I guess, if that makes sense, because that just helps it look blended as well. Like that's another little trick if you have a hard time blending out edges, not edges, but like edges. And then I'm just gonna keep going into the darker shades and just putting them right next to each other, if that makes sense, and blending this out. That's kind of just how I'm gonna like blend it, I guess, and how I make that gradient. I ain't even gonna lie, sometimes when I be blending out the edges of my cut crease, it don't be looking gradient, but I don't mind that much about that. Like sometimes when my eyeshadow isn't perfect, especially with like the blended out gradient, I don't really be caring. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. I know that sounds bad, but you know, girl, if you stress about everything in life, then Girl, I already stress about too much because of my anxiety. I don't need to be stressed about nothing else. This looks so good. I love this. I have a question. Have y'all been watching Lovecraft Country? Oh my god, that show is everything. And not only like underground, literally used to be, not even used to be, is, even though it's not one anymore, my favorite show. I just love Journey. I love like Aldous Hodge, is that how you say his name? And I just feel like everyone in that show just did it. And one of the producers is the producer on Underground, and Journey is also in it. She just does amazing in this show, and also she did amazing in Underground. It's on Hulu if you want to watch it. Watch that show because it's amazing. I'm sad that they took it off the air, but I digress. Watch Lovecraft Country. It's on HBO. It's so amazing. It's very sci-fi, like, oh my god, it's just everything that I love in a show. It's just so amazing, guys. I'm telling you, you have to watch it. Okay, so that is kind of what this eye is looking like. I really like it. Yeah, I really like the way that this eye is looking. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'm gonna add like eyeliner just because I kind of want the eyeshadow to stand on its own. I don't want to add like any eyeliner, so I'm just gonna cut my other crease and do the same thing on the other eye. Now that the other eye is done, I just added a little black liner just to like conceal my lash band. That's pretty much why I do it. Like, there's no wing, it's just across the bottom of my lash line for my lashes when I do them. So now I'm gonna move on to face. And for foundation, I have been loving I mean, I always love this, but like I was using Fenty for a while, and then I came back to this and I was like, wow, she really did this. The Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation in the shade 334 Warm Sun. Let me tell y'all something about the Fit Me, baby girl. Y'all did it with this one. I used to use this all the time back in the day, and I just forgot how much I love this foundation. Like, now this one right here should be doing it to them. So I'm gonna show you guys how I put on my foundation because I feel like it's not that normal. So I just take the bottle, because this one doesn't have a pump or anything, and I just take a brush and I kind of just dip it into it, and then I just put it on. I usually do the upper half of my face first. I feel like I've said that in a million other videos, but just in case it's the first video of mine you're watching, I do the upper half of my face first. I think the reason why I do this is honestly because I've been using, like I said, the Fenty foundation, which I love, by the way, and it dries down so quickly. So if I would put it all over my whole face, like, I feel like this would be dry by the time I get back to it. So I just do this first. I'm just gonna take this sponge, and the good thing about this sponge is, I'm gonna show you guys, so it basically just could straighten out your eyeshadow because of the sharp end to it, and you can get in there without touching it. That's another thing I love about this sponge. And I'm gonna take this Sonia Kashuk sponge, which was like $8 or something, and it's so good. It's so huge. Like, this is like a good size sponge. So this is compared, I mean, it looks kind of the same size, but it's bigger, I promise. And I really like this for like getting like a lot done at one time. And also, since I don't have, this is very sharp and you could definitely get in your under eye, but I don't know, when I have this brush in my hand, I just start moving fast. So yeah, and I don't have any like creases or anything on the bottom half of my face that I have, like, as in my eye, that I have to get up under there. So I just like using this sponge to get everything all blended out. And then for concealer, I'm going to take the same that I used to prime my eyes, which is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C10. This is going to look a little light when I put it on, but once I blend it out, it's a very nice highlight shade for me. And I'm just going to use the same sponge that I used to blend out the foundation. I feel like pretty much everyone does that. Like, no one really takes a different sponge. If you do, more power to you. But I also feel like using one sponge for everything just helps blend everything together, because it is two separate products. But if you use the same sponge, then there's already a little bit leftover foundation on the sponge, so it just kind of helps blend everything all together, in my opinion. these are all my opinions, so if you feel like I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but it's just an opinion on how I do my makeup. And sometimes if I still think it looks a little light, I'll take my foundation brush and just go over the edges and just blend that up and into the concealer, just to blend that out some more. Now I'm going to set my concealer with the Makeup Revolution Luxury Powder in the shade Banana. Y'all know I love this powder. And now I'm going to take this Tarte blush in the shade Party, and I'm just gonna blush with this. If you are an OG, which I doubt anybody watched my old videos because they were really bad, I used to say that I don't wear blush, but I started wearing it and it really changed the game. And it's so funny because when people used to say like, once you start wearing blush, you can never go back, I'd be like, I would never wear blush. But now I'm like, blush me, because I love it. And I haven't been doing highlighter recently just because powder highlight has not been looking great on me, so we're gonna skip that part. I've been moving all over the place when I be doing my makeup, so I'm gonna go back to the eyes like I said, and I'm just gonna take this small fluffy brush. I'm pretty sure it was from Elf, but like, girl, if I'm gonna be like saying what I'm using, I need like new brushes that actually have the numbers on it. So basically I'm just gonna take the second latest brown and just put that on the bottom. Then I'm gonna take that dark brown and just put it and connect it to the top and just put it halfway on the bottom. Great, and now I am going to, I think I kind of want to add a little bit of shimmer like to the inner corner, not like on the lid, because I was watching Nikki tutorials and she was using her palette and she did like an all neutral eye, but then she added a little pop of color in the inner corner, and I was like, yes, that is it right there. A little pop of shimmer. Did I say color? I meant shimmer. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a small pencil brush, and this is the palette that I have sitting. I like this palette, like I'm not saying it because I don't like it, but if it looks like it doesn't go with the theme, it's just because this is what's sitting next to me. And I'm gonna take this, and then I'm also gonna take Icy. I'm just gonna put that in the inner corner. Okay, I just went off camera and put on some lashes. They're kind of like the ones that are like very full on the ends and not really on the inside, and I kind of like that because I feel like it emphasizes my eyes outward, but like also brings in the cute cut crease, if that makes sense. So yeah, I did that, and now I'm gonna do lips. So I'm going to do my basic nude. Why am I like okay, I'm gonna do my basic nude lip, which is kind of like a brown lip as well. So if y'all watch my other videos, y'all probably tired of hearing this combination, but if you're new here, you hearing this for the first time, I'm going to take NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Downtown Beauty, which is this really pretty brown color. And basically I'm gonna line my lips with this. I know it's weird, it's a liquid lipstick, but it blends with the other liquid lipsticks so well. Also don't have a brown liner, so this is like the best way, and also it just works for me. I'm gonna take NYX Liquid Suede lipstick again in the shade Sandstorm. It also works if you put concealer in the middle. I was doing that for a while, but this is my love, so I'm gonna go back to this. And I just put it in the middle. And then when that dries, I'm also gonna take the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Soft Spoken, and I'm gonna put that in the middle as well. I don't know, it just kind of adds some pinkiness, and I really like that. So I did it in my last video. It was my last video of the recreation because she had on a pink lip, and I was like, okay, let's see. And I was like, okay, period. Oh, I also put a little bit of, you know how I put the white in inner corner. I put a little bit of trophy wife on top because I couldn't resist, and I also put a little bit in my inner corner. I just feel like gold looks really nice with browns, so I was like, okay, let's add a little bit of gold. But okay, yeah, this is the finished look. Little half cut crease moment. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I upload every Mondays and Fridays, so you should turn on my post notifications to be notified when I upload. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.